Touchdown, Jeremy!
I can never get my hands in the screen.
I'm surprised that I managed to do it, frankly. It's here. It's again. It's not Sunday, though. Has that confused you?
It very much confused me, yeah.
Yeah, and other people probably. But look, Jeremy, how swanky this whole setup looks like.
I know. I really love your microphone, like sat there, protruding into your face. It looks epic. It looks phallic, but it looks epic.
Yeah, it does. It's stupid, isn't it? It's just so mega. But I could actually kind of put it down like that and then see like. Anyway, here we are. Video Killed the Radio Star, episode 8. And because we're now using a wonderful new streaming system, we should be able to go directly into Facebook, which means that you might be just wandering past Facebook, trading through pictures of cats and angry people talking about Black Lives Matter, and you found us. Thank God you're here.
Yeah, I mean, you have the opportunity on Facebook to just get really angry at absolutely nothing. And that's basically what this podcast is. So welcome to the podcast version of Facebook, but with slightly more attractive faces and
yes,
and definitely less racism. 100% less racism than Facebook.
100%. Listen, if you've not seen this before, we've been doing this on YouTube, and so you'd have to go there to do it. But you might have just travelled past us today on whatever platforms
your brother has
broadcasting.
Wandered past. He says, wandering past Facebook and found you. So there you go. It is exactly as you described.
It's unbelievable. My brother, thanks very much for wandering past. He keeps wandering past our stuff. Remember, he popped in the other day when we were doing the beer dice on Cocktails and Bullshit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, it's good to see you. Looking into my house, into the wasteland that is my IKEA bookcase thing. I really should put more effort into that. If we get more like 10 viewers, maybe that would be a good idea. Oh shit! I think I've got 15% battery left. I wonder if that'll last. Well, we'll find out. So, if you've not been past it before,
will not last. So maybe you should use this opportunity to go and get a charger right now.
And
I'll chat to the people.
You tell people, and I'll be back in like 10 seconds.
So Eddie Stone asks, "What is this Friday bullshit cock jars?" First of all, I love that insult. That's Shakespearean level insult. So Alex is going to be unavailable on Sunday, and so we are bringing it forward to Friday. And Friday's cool, right? We're not competing against Download this week and competing against all other manner of stuff. So yeah, Friday. Sound off if you like Friday. Welcome, Duff Valley. We're just letting Alex plug into his power because
touchdown.
We're completely organized on this podcast, as you well know, and
only the second time in 8 episodes.
Everything needs to be plugged in, and yeah, great. So I was explaining the Friday-ness, but I was being a bit vague about where you were not, why you were not there. So if you want to share. If you don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to go to Belgium on Sunday, so I can't do the Sunday show on a Sunday. Had to be a Friday show. But as you said, Jeremy, when it becomes the NFL season, we won't be able to do this on a Sunday.
Absolutely. We need There's no chance in hell of me, as much as I love you, I'm not doing this instead of watching my Bears lose.
No chance in hell. And I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't do this instead of watching the Brady and Gronk show in Tampa winning. So, no chance in hell. As was once sung by somebody for Vince McMahon. But yeah, here we are. Co-Video Killed the Radio Star, episode 8. So much to talk about. We like to talk about everything to keep you going in these terrible lockdown times. My mega microphone and my bottle of wine. It saddens me probably to think, look, by the way, this is Dark Horse. And if you look carefully, the horse is kind of white bit on its head. It's just a wine glass. Somebody in Dark Horse, California went, how about a wine glass on the logo? And they were like, oh my God, it's like he knows.
Whoever that person is probably did not get enough credit or money for that, because that is just an inspired idea. I love that so much.
By the way, right, there's I'll say that this is probably the second time Stephen has turned up and I'm like drinking on a show. All my shows are about drinking and swearing. It's like he doesn't know me. But there's a guy, there's a ribs chain, a rack of ribs chain in Belgium called Amadeus. And you just get all you can eat ribs, right? And that is basically everything. That you only go there for ribs. You go there and what would you like off the menu? You're like, all you can eat ribs. And you can get all you can drink wine. Okay. So they just bring in like a bottle of wine, which is the equivalent of like 3 bottles.
Oh yeah.
Bonk. And you just keep filling up your glass. And at the end, they just basically weigh it and they work out how much you've had. So you've got all you can rib and all you can wine. And I'm like, fuck me.
Why do they care how much you've had if it's all you can wine?
Well,
why do they do that? Or is it just a gimmick
wait.
So that you know?
It isn't all you can wine. Well, it isn't all you can wine, and every pub is all you can wine. But yeah, it isn't all you can wine. It is weighted, so it isn't. But it does feel very much like I could just go, I won't have to bother them again. The first time I saw it, Jeremy, they brought it out and a little tiny glass. And I said, actually, I asked for a large. And Isabeau's like, you can drink as much as you want. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? But like, here's the point, right? Talking about logos on wine. So they had an intern, this young lad who came and did work experience or whatever for them in their place. And because it's Amadeus, there's like a Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart kind of theme. So they said, how about you put like a rack of ribs in one hand and a glass of wine in another, and we dress you up with a powdered white wig and a kind of a spot and a white face and a kind of that kind of Renaissance look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and we'll just have you like this. So they took a photo and they said, we'll just use it for one of the posters. And like, that was him, right? I didn't get paid for that. He was like a work experience guy. And now that's on every wine bottle. Yeah, it's on every wine bottle, every poster, every shop, every franchise. And he's like,
I bet that happens so much in so many different places. Like
so
the little
funny.
guy just gets screwed every time and doesn't get the money they deserve.
Would you mind dressing up as Mozart? And the guy's like, sure, whatever. It's like, hold this wine, hold these ribs, click.
Your likeness is now everywhere.
If you get a chance to go to Amadeus, do. But you're going to see that guy, and you'll remember this.
I'll just point and laugh. Point and laugh.
Oh man, yeah.
Well, it's not just your brother joining from the Borton clan.
No,
there is also a Fee Borton in the comments.
Oh, Fee! Well, that's my brother's wife. That's my sister-in-law. Oh, wow, everyone! Unbelievable. Yeah, I think. Oh, it's very nice that you're here, Fee. Probably glad that you didn't see me, last time because we were drinking, and Hannah, who's their daughter and my niece, was on watching me teach them how to drink. That's kind of what uncles do, though, right? Is lead their nephew and niece down the alcoholic route. I'm sure my brother would have done it himself if he could get away with it. Hey, but there you go. Let's see if some of your family will join us. Come along.
Who knows?
Who knows? Shall we do, Jeremy, the segment we like to call COVIDiot of the Week? Because I know that you've got something.
We absolutely shall. Let me just make sure I'm on the right tab first. Right. So this COVIDiot of the Week is a very specific COVIDiot of the Week, but is systemic of so many people at the moment, especially stateside, who, much in the same vein as the anti-vaxxers, just are completely unwilling to listen to the science and are just bullheadedly doing their own thing because they're dickheads. And I'm talking about people who absolutely refuse to wear masks in response to the coronavirus, and just refuse to believe that the coronavirus is actually a thing and that the mask is going to help them. But specifically, this woman, a North Carolina woman, who this week attempted to start a burn your mask challenge because, as we discussed on our premiere
Challenge?
episode of this. You know, a challenge is all the rage, right? And everyone loves to do challenges.
Like the ice
stuff.
bucket challenge, Jeremy.
Yeah, well, this is the like dickhead challenge, I think. Burn
Hey,
your mask
there's a lot of
challenge.
winners out there.
But this is on the God website, which I didn't know was a thing until today. So that's something as well.
Okay.
And so this woman started a video, and I can play the video, but I don't think we're going to get the sound through the stream. She decided to try and rally her troops to burn their masks. And I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can't.
No, I didn't think you would.
But I can see it on our other screen. But is she burning it in a frying pan?
Yeah, I'm more intrigued about how she's actually achieving the burning, to be honest. That's what I'm most interested in.
Well, surely she's just put like paraffin or something and set it alight and just needs a metal thing. But like, I see she didn't decide to burn it on her face.
No,
I see she's doing.
That would have been much better.
Much more suitable.
I will not comply, she says. All right, woman, can we get to the point? Just get to the burning, the fire.
Oh my God. It's not a challenge. It's
this
not
website
running away.
does not want to work.
That doesn't matter. Just describe it.
I mean, she's reading the box now.
I can see. Reading the box. What is the box of? A box of masks?
Yes.
Oh my God. Like, they won't burn the flag, but they'll burn some masks. Priorities, people.
This is not a sign of your compassion or how much you care for another human being. This is a sign of control.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we're trying to control the virus. Fuckwit.
I'm going to say loud and clear, I do not comply. I will not comply. I do not consent. Burn your mask challenge.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Makes my COVID look tame.
I've got my mask that's nominated to be burned.
Nominated?
Apparently so, God. Yeah. She's tagged it in her Facebook comments, obviously. At mask. Enter. Please don't do this inside your house.
Oh, well, she's sensible.
At all. Burn your mask if you like freedom. Oh my God.
All she needs...
ignite freedom.
Oh, Jesus.
That would be all she needs if now. It wasn't so fucking stupid.
All she needs now is a Make America Great Again hat. Oh, mate.
Oh, and these masks are made in China. Yeah, like that makes a difference, you stupid.
Oh, so she's racist as well.
So she's racist as well.
Well, you know, hey, the trifecta, you know, all of these sort of terrible things. And, you know...
we should come up with a Covidio killed the radio star, Covidiot bingo, for people to just play as they're roaming the internet. So it's, you know, dickhead doesn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah, that's it. One of those masks is getting away, mate. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, so if you haven't watched this before, we do a Covidiot of the week. She is properly a Covidiot. There are many out there, some of whom wish to wear a mask, but then they cut a hole in the mask. So, like, because it's hard to breathe in them. Like, yep. Wow, unbelievable. But a ritualistic mask burning, Jeremy.
Yes. I really don't have anything more to say about it. Of all of the Covidiots we've done, that one has completely dumbfounded me a little. Because...
I mean, the best one was the one where the woman was wearing them over her parts, as it were.
Yeah,
her art.
Yeah.
Her, like, she was doing it as art.
Hashtag artivism.
And obviously the worst guy was Dominic Cummings, I think, but for sheer idiocy. I don't think... If this were a league table, Jeremy, and maybe we could make one and we could put them up, like, I don't think she hits, like... I mean, I don't think she'd in Champion League position, if ever there was that situation, I think.
I mean, not to bring in another Covidiot that the A, you may be doing, and B, may come up again, but Matt Hancock may have completely topped Dominic Cummings this week in
Really?
Pardon me. Yeah, in the development of this track and trace app, where they've worked on it. Apparently, I mean, it's jobs for the boys. He's given the contract out to one of his mates rather than anybody competent. Like,
I see. Classic nepotism.
Both Apple and Google turned around and said, we can produce this in a matter of days and have it, like, we'll even collaborate on it. That's how, like, serious we are about getting this shit done.
Nice.
And, you know, the UK government, like, no, it's okay. We've got our buddy Dave on it. It'll be fine.
We've got our guy.
And so they released the Apple iStore app, and then were dumbfounded when people told them that would not be compatible with Android and that they were missing a large portion of the country.
Like a cut of people like you and me.
What do you mean it doesn't work on Android? Like, we made it for iPhone. Like, yeah.
What is Android?
Like, these people are just so out of touch.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's true.
Duff
Valley is coming. We've got a whole plethora of COVIDiots this week. Duff Valley says Trump was pretty spectacular in stating, if we don't do any tests, our numbers would be so much better.
That's like saying, you know, school testing would be so much better if there were no students. You know, no failures.
If we only test the clever kids, then everybody will pass.
Then 100%. You know, if we don't test anybody with the virus, nobody dies.
It's genius when you think about it.
We need that meme.
Yeah. Stay tuned, because you better bet there's going to be a whole lot more memes in this show now that I'm in full control.
I love it. By the way, my COVIDiot of this week, which happened today when I went to Asda, I mean, he seemed like, by the way, a really helpful and nice guy. And it was only a brief moment of COVIDiocy, right? But like, I went to buy a hairdryer, which is not a product that anyone would imagine me having any necessity for, because when I wash my hair, it dries like before I've left the shower. But I need to defrost my freezer, so I need to kind of gently waft it in front of it to kind of encourage it to melt, because it's very resistant to melting at the moment, mainly because I've still got it plugged in. So I went to buy it, and I saw a guy in Asda, and he was wearing an Asda shirt, and I know he's the guy I need to talk to. He's in the aisle. So I walk past him, I give him 2 meters, I give him 4 meters, and I turn around and say to him, hey, do you sell hair dryers? And he starts walking towards. He said, yes. He says, start walking towards me. He says, yes, I do. Let me tell you. And I start walking further away, right? So I'm like walking back, and he's like, because I'm walking further away from him, and I'm trying. He's like, doesn't understand. So he walks slowly. He's like, let me tell you where they are. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just like, it's a bit like, is it a salsa where you kind of like mimic the kind of, like, you walk back as she walks forward, and it was like that. And I was thinking, he's looking at me like, why is this guy getting further away? By the way, other members of staff had you must keep 2 meters away, and I'm like, he's walking up like normal non-COVID distance. I'm like, I didn't say the words, do you know what the fuck you're doing, mate? What the fuck do you think? What are you doing? Like, I just think people have forgotten that this is a thing. So I'm just like, there's a thing apparently that George Clooney does, is he never gets into a conversation with people. He's always moving, right? That's how George Clooney doesn't get stuck in a conversation. He shakes hands, but he's always on the move to somewhere else. He's never stays still. And that's what I was like in Asda today. I was like, okay, that sounds great. So I'm just gonna, and he was like not getting it at all. So he knew where they were.
Where are the hair dryers? Over there. Okay, great. I'll do a lap and come back round.
Thanks very much. I'll see you later. It's unbelievable.
I'll just reach my hand out, grab a hairdryer. Shit, I've missed. All right, I'll get it on the next lap.
Get it when it comes past again. Today I was walking back into my house having picked up my car, and a guy who was an Amazon like a parcel deliverer. What is the word? Like, I don't want to say postman, but a delivery guy was coming out of my house. down the path towards me, and he was just like walking towards me with the intention that we would just pass like this far apart. And I went, and I jumped. I didn't jump. I like moved swiftly onto my own garden. I went, I'll just give you. And I said, I'll just give you some space here, shall I? And he was like, oh yeah, all right. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
suppose. Yeah.
It does not occur. It does not occur to them that this is a thing. I'm like,
see, I get a lot of deliveries, as you can appreciate, running buying and selling business, and I have like several degrees of delivery personness. Like some will knock on my door and then like put the parcel on the doorstep and then step all the way back to the gate and just wait for me to answer and go, "There's parcel, mate." Like, yeah, right, cheers, thanks. That's the way you do that. Good. And then there are some who like put it down on the doorstep, knock on the door, face. And they just stand there. I'm like, yeah, I kind of need to. Once I open my door, this bubble is fucked. Yeah, we're already under this 2 meters thing, so that
there's you
work.
shouting through the letterbox, like, go away.
And then there are some takeaway delivery people who are like even worse. Like literally, you open the door and they thrust the food into your face as if that's going to get you to take it quicker, and they won't be in your.
They're eating your pizza.
I just don't know what some people are thinking, but you're right. I think there is a large portion of the population who have either forgotten that it's a thing, or they just don't care anymore, or they don't believe it's a thing anymore, and they're just carrying on regardless, like life has gone back to normal.
Like the beautiful South. It isn't. Do you know,
isn't.
I was driving through town today, and loads of people just walking around next to each other, like they're happy. Kids have been doing it for ages. All the kids, it's almost like it's a science fiction show where the kids aren't affected, so they get to do what they want. That's what it feels like to me, because they're all just walking. Kids have been like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like it's the kids that are going to kill us.
They're the ones that they're going back to school and being in rooms with several other people from several other different households, and they're not as likely to get it, sure, but they can equally spread it back to Nan at home or whoever.
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it.
But that's enough doom and gloom. Shall we move straight into this is happening, because there's a lot happening as far as I'm concerned.
This is so much happening. There's so much happening. This is happening, telling you what is hap and what is nap in the world today, in our world anyway. Comment along if you want. If you've got something that's hap, tell us what's happening in your world. What's hap for you, Jeremy?
Well, my hap is very much a shared like hap of what's been happening in like our world, because twice this week we have appropriately social distanced and used the new rules where you can be in a garden 6 feet apart to hang out and do cool shit in some gardens. And we did cocktails and bullshit on Saturday this past weekend.
What a wonderful night that was.
Which was a lot of fun. And then this past Wednesday night, you came over and we hung out in my garden. I brought my television outside. We plugged in my television to the wall, literally, and we watched The Masked Singer.
We watched The Masked Singer. What a show! The American third season. Oh, me too, man. Me too. And like, what was lovely is you had a little table, and you and Keris sat over one side. I saw there were 2 chairs together and 1 chair on its own, and I correctly worked out that the 1 chair on its own was for me.
So you went and sat on the television.
I laid across the entire thing like a chaise longue. Like I'm ready for my close up now. You're like, get the fuck out. Seriously. Yeah, that was wonderful. I mean, by the way, right, Jeremy, how I feel about this is as we gradually, me and you, I say by we, as we gradually obey the rules, you know that people have been doing this for fucking weeks, right? Like everyone's like, oh, well, the garden's all right. I mean, they haven't told me, but the garden's probably all right. I mean, the state of the country is such that people think, I'm not going to go on about it, but there are people in the country at the moment that think some very, very inexcusable, despicable stuff is fine. For these people, a garden was okay probably months ago, you know. But
yeah, for these people, like each other's living rooms and just general as life was
They're all
before the
in a
coronavirus has been fine. Yeah. But,
yeah,
we, sticklers to the rules and, obeying, waited
yeah. What?
until the garden was permissible, worked very hard to seat us like 2 meters
Yep.
apart. And yeah, I dig it. I think I'm very keen to, speaking of things that, the coronavirus has done for us, very keen to use the garden a bit more to watch television, because why not? It's a room, an area of
It's
my house
hey.
that I could be using to watch television that I am currently not. And I like watching
Well, now
television.
when the smoking ban came in, right, people can't
Hmm.
smoke indoors. So when we went to play live action role play, it meant people couldn't smoke in the tent, right? Because a tent was
Is an
also
indoor space.
indoors. Yeah. Now that pissed off a lot of people at live action role play who wanted to smoke or smoke a pipe, because they quite enjoyed that, and they presumed that that would be a loophole, because there's always somebody presumes something. And so then they went, well, if there's this amount of sides on it, you can kind of smoke as long as it's this. So people are saying, as long as there's one free open side, surely that like a tarpaulin over the top to prevent the rain coming in isn't really, and yeah, it is because it's a tent. But the point I'm trying to make, I guess, is that people will think, well, hang on a minute, a garden is fine, but the living room is not. So if we put a little gazebo roof on the garden, I mean, there's no rain coming in on that one, Jeremy. Oh, is that a
Yeah.
loophole? Or is that cool? Is that hap or is that nap? I think you got to think about that thing, because had you had a mega umbrella, we could all sit under.
Yeah.
Bring
I
your
mean,
own umbrella.
I did have a mega umbrella. As it reached kind of the later end of the night, it did start to rain, and we had to abandon plan. Not for
Yes,
us,
we
because
did.
we were fine, but because I don't think a television really stands up to the rain very well, if I'm honest. But
Do you know what? If we had a television we didn't care about, right? How would it be? See how long it lasted in the rain. Is that
no,
dangerous?
I've nailed it. I'm going to buy a
Okay.
projector,
Oh,
and because you can just put a little like cover over that so that doesn't get wet, and you project that onto the wall. Bosh.
that's your answer, guys. I hope you're hearing this. So when are we going to get I would like the summer season of screened Jeremy's Garden film season. That's what I want. I want you to pick like 10 films that are going to be displayed in your garden over this season. That would be wonderful. And you could all
my
play along at
mother-in-law
home.
is pointing out that there is a gazebo in my attic. It's hers.
Thanks. Thanks, Kay. And also, Kay has also done an outdoor cinema, so she knows all about this. She's the person to go to, right? She knows everything about this. Very glad you're watching, by the way, Kay.
Duff Valley has come in with his hap of the week.
Tell us.
And actually, it's a perfect segue into your naps, perhaps. His camper van is finally up and running again.
Touchdown!
Yeah! Love camper vans. Camper vans are definitely hap. I'm just going to throw that out straight away. Camper vans are hap.
Do you know what? When it's still locked down, right, and you're searching for a holiday that you want to do with your significant other, why don't you get a camper van and then just drive around the entire of the Scottish coast? I saw it come up in my feed, or any coast, I guess, or any place.
Yeah,
or
I saw
whatever
that.
You want.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
Right, just drive around. It's just you and the person you're allowed to be with in a van. No one's near you, exploring the countryside. Go and get it done. Hey, Duff Valley, if it is your real name, I hope it is. I think that's a great hat. You should be the first person to go and drive the kind of 2,000 kilometers around this. I don't know how big things are. Around wherever, who knows? But you're right. That's my nap. Do you know what's nap? What's nap, Jeremy? Is my fucking car. Just because I got to go to Belgium, I went and try and get it fixed. This is nothing to do with the person that's fixing it, who's wonderful. But it did just seem like it never rains, but it pours on my fucking car.
Or on televisions.
So, yeah. Or on televisions in the garden, yeah. Yeah, I had to go and, oh my God. I took it in because it had to get it fixed, the kind of tracking. When I brought it back, I'm like, hooray, it's done. The next day I tried to drive it, and it just broke. And it kept shouting at me, the parking brake is on. The parking brake is, it wasn't physically shouting it. It's not that advanced.
That would be
It
great.
just had a screen. The parking
Car, what's wrong with
oi!
you? The parking brake's
The
on, dickhead.
parking brake. Beep boop. But like,
You
my car
cannot
has
drive. Take
No,
a bus,
do not drive.
you cretin.
It's an electronic parking brake, so it automatically puts it on when I stop. So everyone has a handbrake, right? But if you don't have a physical one and you have one that's like electronic, it just goes on. So as I get into my car, it says the car is automatically stopped. I'm like, I know car. That you don't have to tell me that. That's a bit like saying the car has wheels. But I know these things are automatically present. Why? So I had to call the same guys out. They had to come pick it up for more money, and then they had to fix that again. And I'm going to Belgium on Sunday. I couldn't risk it. And they're like, well, it needs a service next time. And I'm like, no, I'm not risking this. Get it done now. So they, oh my God. So yeah, what's NAP? Fucking cars, man. They're all wonderful until they're not. Terrible. But I'm very pleased Duff Valley's car is okay.
And in a similar way, I discovered when I went out to do my weekly shop the other day that there is a gigantic crack in my windscreen, and
shit.
Now I've got to get the whole thing replaced because you can't, do that cool ass gel stuff on a huge crack. I've got to replace the whole thing.
How big is the crack?
It's a good kind of 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches.
Oh my God, really? Hey.
Yep.
On my old car, on my old KA, like I was on the motorway and a little bit of grit flicked up and it hit the windscreen, and it didn't crack it, but it chipped it and had a tiny little chip that basically scraped a little bit of the surface out of it, but didn't go any further. And I was like, oh, bollocks. Because if you look at those adverts, like a chip can become like longer
crack.
or whatever, a crack.
Yeah.
A chip can become a crack.
And I think that's exactly what has happened with my car.
And
because where it is, it's like right up behind the wing mirror. So it was obscured and I didn't know it was there, obviously. And I've just driven around and bounced over our shitty roads in this country, and it's got
you
worse.
Better believe it. And especially in Folkestone. Yeah, I mean, by the way, I ran my luck. I was just like, nah, not having it. So I just honestly, for the next 2 years, just kept driving. Oh, that's fine. Seems okay. It hasn't got any worse. I just like terribly just like running my luck. But the other thing that's, what have I got this hap? Did I get any hap? I don't think I put in a hap. I haven't got a single hap. I agree with your haps. Did I only put naps in?
You did only put naps in.
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. What is hap?
Negative Nancy over here.
No, I love the time we spent together. We've
Debbie
only just
Downer.
begun. Oh no! Here's the good thing. Happy, I do have a hap. Fighting the man, right? So here's the thing. I can't show you because my phone is actually recording me. But I bought a really super fucking expensive screen protector because the Galaxy S10 has an ultrasonic reader. When you put your thumb on it, it reads it from it can't have any distance between it. So you need to be as close, your thumb needs to be as close to it as possible. So they say like in order to have tempered glass is too thick. So you can't have tempered glass and an S10 unless they sell you a £40 screen protector. Now, I don't know if you've bought a screen protector in your life, Jeremy. Maybe you need one for your windscreen, like a massive one that goes over the entire thing.
I haven't, but I am familiar with the...
Hey, you haven't?
I haven't, no.
What?
I tell you what, I don't break phones. It is a thing.
Shut your mouth! I love we're doing this.
Right?
God damn it!
So everyone around me is out there breaking phones, and I'm like, I don't break phones. It is not a thing.
That's such...
And like I've got a cover for mine because I drop it.
Yeah, sure. A cover is fine.
And the S9 is notoriously fragile. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I want to, keep my no broken phone since '93 streak and and protect it a little bit. But while everyone around me is breaking phones and all that kind of bullshit, my phones are completely fine. The only phone of mine that has been broken in my life was broken by my wife. I didn't break it. And then I also gave her my old phone. And It fell
She
out of
broke
a
that one.
car. Well, she tried. It fell out of a car outside Tesco. It got run over several times. Like, we were like, "Where's your phone?"
By
She's
other
like, "I don't
people.
know. I don't know where my phone is." I'm like, "Oh, like
Better go back and
I
look for it.
bet it fell out of the car, like outside Tesco." We go and look for it. It's pouring down with rain. Find the phone, like the little bit of glass over the camera lens on the back is broken. Everything else is fine. Take it home, dry it. Motorola Droid. That thing was indestructible.
Do you know, like,
Amber Ashton says, "I've never broken a phone in my life. Nokia's
Who said that?
virtually Amber Ashton.
I don't know who
Virtually
Amber is, but
indestructible. Nokia's.
what Motorola Nokia's? Oh, well, I mean, remember the Nokia's, the 3310, 3210.
Yeah,
those were fucking bricks. Yeah, good luck, like, breaking them. I'm fine with that. But as things progressed, especially to smartphones, with all that screen real estate, do you know what was back in the day when we all got mobile phones? They offered us insurance. Now, I'm not a big fan of taking insurance with anything because they said, "Do you want to insure?" No, I don't. Right? And everyone's like, "Oh, you better take insurance with your mobile phone." And I'm like, "Yeah, but over time, all the months of insurance that I've saved are money I've saved that I could spend
on a new phone when I break it.
On a new, yeah, exactly. I'm up on the deal. Like, if you added it all up, I never ever broke a phone. I'm so super careful with my phone. But when I started to buy really good phones, I'm like, I might be a non-fumbly motherfucker. Something you need to know about Mr. Perry from Cocktails and Bullshit is that he is clumsy of hand, but dexterous of foot. So, like, he's the kind of guy that needs a screen protector. But when I started getting really serious, expensive phones, yeah, you better believe I put one on all the time. And I never dropped them. Right, here's the thing, Jeremy. I never dropped them. I bought a case that was, like, apparently military grade, like they all are. And I put my military grade thing around it. I put my tempered glass thing over. This is my SE, my iPhone SE. And it was beautiful. I'm looking at it. And I put it on there. And I'm like, but I never dropped them. I'm just like you, Jeremy. I never drop them. I'm supremely careful with them. And by the way, I'll ask you this. Do you ever put your phone in the same pocket as your keys? Because that's right. Because that is taking you on a hiding to nothing. But I don't do that either. And then one time
left pocket is mobile phone exclusive.
You're like Matt. You're just like a different Matt. You're like, put all my stuff in all the same pockets. Oh, I hate you guys.
Yeah.
So I'd done all that stuff with my military grade case, my military grade tempered glass. Everything's beautiful, but it doesn't matter because I never drop a phone. And then I came out of McDonald's at Clackett Lane, and I took my phone out of my pocket to look at it, to read it, because I can't stay away from it. And as I did it, it kind of caught on the edge of my jeans pocket. It didn't come out of my pocket clean. It never got to this point. It came out of that, and it kind of like caught on this. And my hand got to this level with my eyes. No phone. The phone clips off my pocket. It pinwheels. I try to catch it. It tips off my fingertips. It spins down and it cuts towards level with my foot as my foot is walking naturally forwards. And I boot my fucking phone all the way along the car park, and it runs along on the. And I'm like, but thankfully, Captain Tempered Glass and the military grade protector patrol saved my phone. Just saying it. So even the coolest and cleverest, smartest and modest of the people need a screen protector, Jeremy. I can't wait for you to break your phone. I will laugh so hard at you. I'd say, I promise.
Yeah, you laugh at me. Fine. I will deserve it at that point.
Yeah, you will.
Absolutely deserve it.
No screen protector.
No.
All I'll say, just quickly, because I know this is gone a bit, right, is that I bought that screen protector, and the way you have to do it is you have to put a little bridge over the top of your phone goes in a little socket, plastic socket, and then you unscrew the glue dribbles onto the screen into a blob, and then you set up your screen protector on top of it.
Kind of squeeze it out, don't you?
You have to, it actually just drops onto it, and then when it's done, you discard that. It's like a surgical procedure. You take the bridge off and the glue stick off. Now you've just got a phone with a blob of glue, and then you set your screen protector above it, and it's supported by a little pin which you pull out to drop the screen onto it, and then the glue starts to do it, and you tip the
This is why I don't
thing
have
of
a
the phone
screen
is
protector, man. This
yeah,
is
it's unbelievable. I've never done anything like it. Normally you just put the thing on there, but it's so
how
precise.
long.
See, then you
How many years did this degree take you to pass?
phone protect. Honestly, you tip the
Did you
thing
do
and
it
it makes
Open
the glue.
University or?
I did. I did. Phone screen protecting. I've got a BA in it, the third, but it's a pass. But I mean, and that's how I did it. And by the way, at the end of it all, it didn't fucking work. So I had to go back to Amazon the other day, and this is the bit I want to say that's hap. I don't know why I got to this, but anyway, I went back to Amazon and I said, "Yeah, your fucking." I didn't do this. I don't know what it is. Yeah, your fucking screen protector didn't work. And they were like, "Okay, well, if you send it back to us," and I was like, "Send it back? It didn't work. It's a bit of broken plastic. I did what anyone would do. I threw it the fuck away." And they were like, "Oh, well, I mean, what proof do we have that it doesn't work?" And I'm like, "It's in the fucking bin. That's the proof. What do you want from me? I didn't leave it on. What am I going to do? Send it back? You'll be like, oh, yeah, that's plastic. That didn't work." You said, why? But they said, "Do you take a photo of it?" And I said, "Yes." And I sent it to them. Because of COVID, no one's manning that email. So I just went, "No one's manning the email." And they went, "Well, okay, we're just going to refund you anyway, but watch out for next time." And I was like, so fuck you, Amazon, and PS thank you, because I got my money back from my stupid screen protector. So 1-0 to Jeremy. That's money that you wouldn't have even spent in the first place.
Yeah.
But I'm happy because I damn the man. Money back in my pocket.
Yeah. Fuck you, Bezos. Pay some tax, you prick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do that. I feel like I'm getting my money back.
I have one nap, and it's only nap for me, really. It's not really nap for the majority of people, especially in this country in which we live. And
Yeah.
it's more a lament that, Alex, the Premier League is back.
Guess who's back? Back again. But people love the Premier League, Jeremy. Aren't you one of those people?
No. I like literally any other sport but that. And none of that is back. Oh, I suppose I could watch NASCAR if I want, but like, no.
I don't know why you'd want to watch that.
I would watch NASCAR 100 times more than I would watch like the Premier League. Let's get that right. But
I'll tell you something.
Why is the Premier League back? But like any other sport that I would have a vague passing interest in is somehow arguing about what is appropriate procedure. Like, the procedure's very easy. You test everyone on the way in. If they've got coronavirus, get rid of them. If they don't, they can play. Rinse, repeat. No crowd. Easy.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you why, right? Because whilst it's not just the domain of hooligans and racists, there are a lot of them that do watch the Premiership, and they need them to stop defending statues pointlessly and start staying in their homes.
Oh, it's a distraction technique.
It's a distraction. You ever never seen that thing where like all these people are rebelling and then they chuck a football in and everyone just ignores it? That's what it's like. It's like, go back to your homes, go back to your Sky Sports, stop doing this sort of stuff.
Can't drink beer in front of a Churchill statue if I'm watching the Arsenal.
Right? It's a hard thing for these people. And by the way, for the sake of a joke, this was, but there's obviously a lot of people that like it and they're fine. But for the sake of the joke, yeah, that's what's happening. They're all going back home. It's like, well, yeah, can't watch Millwall from outside because can't, although they probably are in a pub somewhere. By the way, I mean, you don't know the answer to this question, but like, is this the new, what year is this? What month is this? This is June. They've started the Premiership again. It starts in August. Is this last year's season still continuing? Or what?
It's the 1920 season, yeah. It was supposed to finish in May.
Because I was wondering about this.
They've lost these last few months. And yeah,
right.
they have, I think they have slightly abridged the season, and they are playing more regularly than they would have ordinarily. Like there's been a game every night that you can watch televised if you so choose.
Here's the thing. Our good friend Duncan is a Liverpool fan. And many Liverpool fans have not seen Liverpool win the league in quite many fucking years. I
thought you were going to say, like most Liverpool fans have never seen Liverpool play, because most Liverpool fans don't live in Liverpool and have no association with Liverpool whatsoever.
Do you know what? Yeah, that is also true, although he has seen them play because he was a member of the Kent Reds and he was able to go up and watch them. And then he travelled all the way up to Liverpool to watch them do a 0-0 draw and then came back again. But
thrilling.
thrilling.
You have just
Many
encapsulated the football experience.
They're not
0-0
all like that.
draws and waiting for
And
someone to do something interesting, and it never ever
can't say that about the
happening.
NFL. Something's always happened in the NFL. So what I say is that Liverpool were like the same amount of points clear at the top that double the people from second to third or something stupid like that. They were so far ahead.
I was going to say, weren't they uncatchable by the time
they were
COVID hit?
I mean, it wasn't
what a perfect time
to
call it quits, surely.
Unbelievable. Right, here's the thing, right? I said to Duncan before this all happened, surely you've won it. There's nothing can do it. Like, even your incompetence and their brilliance of the nearest team, you're just not mathematically.
You need a global pandemic to fuck this up.
Unbelievable. Do you know, I said to him, what is it? How can they fuck it up? And he went, they'll fuck it up somehow. I said, they can't. It's impossible. What could possibly come along? Like, does God hate Liverpool?
Do you want to hear something funny and supporting of this?
Go on.
I think that I have had the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught it in Liverpool.
What, when you were doing a Comic-Con in Liverpool?
Yeah. When I was like sleeping in my mother-in-law's camper van, like in the Everton car park, because it's empty and it's a great place to just pull up.
But at what point did you remember someone coughing over you and you were like slow motion, like oh no, COVID?
No, it's just obviously, social distancing was not a thing, and nobody knew anything about the virus back at the beginning of and Duff Valley points out he was with me at one point at that place in Liverpool. Yeah,
Duff Valley. Did you get it? Did you get COVID? That's what I want to know.
I don't think he did get it, but I'll be interested to know. But I'm pretty sure I had it because I was pretty dead the weekend after, and what now is known as COVID symptoms, but not at the time. So
I just think it's amazing that basically
he says
they could.
He did not.
He did not. Congratulations. Hey, 2 for 2, Duff. No COVID. Camper van's fixed. Man,
everything's coming up, Duff.
Everything's coming up, Duff. Get yourself some beer. But I'm sure that's been done before. But I mean, you've got to get that right. You've got to get a lovely can of Duff. Just stand there, profile pic.
Somebody on Mixer called Mrs. Grumbles Third has commented, sometimes you need to die to build immunity.
Hey, listen, once you're dead,
cannot argue with you. Can't catch coronavirus if you're dead.
To everything. You can't catch it. Can't catch anything. There's no illness that will chase you beyond death. Like, none of them. Like, that's it. Hey, you can't argue with that. Is that who was that? Mrs. Grumble. What
Mrs.
a great
Grumble's
name.
Third, yeah.
There are two Mrs. Grumbles before you.
I love it.
They'll
be around in a minute for another joke that.
Please comment again.
That was great.
I love it. That's brilliant. You're right, though. That's true. I mean, there's many illnesses the dead don't get. It's like they won't catch it more than once. But yeah,
they're back again. They're back again. They found one thing that will get you when you're dead, and that's necrosis.
Necrosis. That's true.
I think you might be a bit too intelligent for this podcast. Not to dissuade you from listening, but you might be a bit too clever for us.
Yeah, no, they will. Yeah, necrosis is something that the dead will get and continue to get, but they won't mind so much. They won't mind. They'll be okay with it by that point, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, if you had a choice, Duncan, I'm calling you Duncan. If you had a choice, Jeremy, of like, because I think it's Duncan. You see, that's if you had a choice of like, when you die, you get to come back as like an undead or just dying. Would you come back as like as an undead? You can still talk like you do, but you look kind of bony and stuff. Would you think you could do that? You'd stay alive in an undead form. You wouldn't be like brains, zombie brains. I'm just saying you'd be you, but you look a bit like the worst.
I'm ugly already, so it's not much of a difference, really. You're saying I can be exactly the same as I am now, but be immortal ostensibly. Yeah,
maybe
sign me up.
Yeah, I like the idea of it. I think we should all do it.
And I get to eat brains. That's all the protein you could ever need.
Bit of a population problem, one would imagine, after that, but people would have a problem. At any rate, I find it amazing. Just going back to this Premier League thing, they didn't just crown Liverpool regardless. You go, look, guys,
crown their asses.
Guys, do it. It doesn't matter. Move on. COVID hit. They were in the lead. I mean, I don't know what would have happened. I don't care enough. But surely you just go, come on, guys. Let's be real. They won the fucking thing. Leave them to it. Don't make it go. Don't drag this fucking shit out. But it looks like they're dragging it out. God, I hope they win. Duncan will be insufferable. Okay. That was what was happening. We managed to spend quite a lot of time on it. It's amazing. I love it.
We did.
What do you want to do now?
I would really like, Alex, if you would try and read my lips.
I can do that. Do you want me to take my headphones off?
You can. Let's just explain how this segment, Read My Lips, works, first of all. So basically what's going to happen... What's going to happen is that Alex is going to take his headphones off so that he cannot hear me.
In a minute.
But before he does, I'm going to give him a category of something that he is going to try and guess what I'm saying. So, for example, if I gave him the category of dickheads, I would say Dominic Cummings, and he would say Dominic Cummings because he read that from my lips.
Read the lips, yeah.
Like Donald Trump.
And by the way, we were really good at this last time, so maybe it's not as hard a game as I thought it was. But hey, there's everything to play for. So what is the subject you're going to give me?
Okay, the subject for today's Read My Lips is Star Trek characters.
Oh, that's much better than mine.
That's fine.
That was fine for me. Okay, so should I take my headphones off? How will I know when you start? Well, you'll be moving your lips, right?
Well, first of all, I'm going to put a timer on the screen, the minute timer.
Oh my God.
On the screen.
Minute?
Yeah, I'm doing a minute. I'm going for a minute this time. I felt
you
like
can join if you're watching this. You can all. Oh wait, you can't
be able to hear me.
You
can take your sound, mute your TVs or whatever and comment along. But due to the delays, you might be helping Alex. I don't know. Do what you want. I don't care. There'll be a timer on the screen, and if you're still trying to guess after the time's run out, I'll just wave at you or something.
Oh yeah, cool.
Cool.
Take them out. Yeah, okay, take them
Disrobe.
I'm gonna put them all the way down there. They're all the way on the floor now. Okay, listen, I'm gonna get really close in.
Okay,
the Star Trek
a bit closer for you as well.
I literally can't hear anything.
Okay. Benjamin Sisko.
Benjamin. I know what you said.
Benjamin Sisko.
Give it to me one more. Benjamin Sisko.
Jean-Luc Picard. Jean-Luc Picard.
Do you say Captain Picard?
Yeah, that'll do. 7 of 9.
Jean-Luc Picard, right? I only got Picard. Oh, sorry. Right. Go on then. Try next one.
7 of 9.
Having a fight is what you
7 of 9.
7 of 9.
Neelix.
That sounds like you're saying Helan.
Neelix.
You're saying Neelix. Fuck Neelix. Don't get me started on Neelix.
Guinan.
Do that one again. Guinan. You said Guinan.
And that's time.
Is that it? Oh my God. Oh my God. I still don't know whether this is even vaguely entertaining at all. That was quite hard, that one.
Let us know if you like that.
I don't know.
Eddie Stone says, fucking Neelix.
Eddie Stone! Motherfucker! It's good to see you. Yeah, fuck Neelix. No. I mean, I never really watched Voyager, but then people who watch this knows that I don't like Voyager, really. But anyway, do you want to play this game?
I do. I think I'm going to need to mute my headphones because they're quite loud. There you go.
Yeah.
Mrs. Grumbles III says, I haven't finished Voyager yet, but I like Neelix and I'm in season 5. Why do so many people hate on Voyager?
Is that what she said? Why do so many people hate on Voyager?
Yeah.
Have you not watched any other spy shows or any other Star Trek?
Oh, shut up.
I mean, I'm not...
It's equally as good as all the other Star Treks, and in some ways much better. Anyway, give me my category so I can...
No,
take off.
No,
my
I want to
headphones.
get into this. Okay. I didn't have a lot of time to think about this, so it's birds.
Oh shit. Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be obvious birds. You ready? Yeah?
Hang on, I can hear you,
Okay.
so let me just mute my...
Ah, shit.
Right, now I'm ready.
Ah. By the way, Voyager's total shit. Right. Ready? Okay, you can't hear me. Voyager's terrible, don't watch it. Okay, here we go. Parrot.
Parrot.
Okay, got that one. Yes. Hummingbird.
Blackbird?
So it's a bird. Hummingbird. Hummingbird.
Help
Hummingbird.
me, bird.
Pass.
Pass.
Amazing. Okay, sure. Penguin.
Say again.
Penguin. Penguin.
Backweed.
Penguin.
Black one.
Penguin. Penguin.
Squidward.
Penguin.
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 It's turned into charades.
Woodpecker.
Woodpecker.
Yes. By the way, I don't know how long you've
That's
done.
time.
Okay.
Oh my god. I was so bad at that.
No.
Volume.
Hummingbird was the best thing ever there.
Oh my god. That was awful.
That was fine. I think that was good. That was good. Hummingbird. It's just me. If you listen to this back as a podcast, it's just me shouting hummingbird. Hummingbird. So that is the game that we like to call Read My Lips.
Let us know if you liked it.
If you did, it's okay. Feedback
I
is all
feel
good.
like an
Constructive.
utter dickhead, so that was probably entertaining to see me say
But that's
random
the point,
words.
right?
I don't know.
I don't like getting it right because that's literally not the point of the game. Anyway,
but you won.
Thanks.
You won this time.
I did. I'm very pleased that I won.
There is a Star Trek Voyager discussion going on in the comments right now that I'm not going to share with you.
I know, mate. But that, do you know what? I don't mind if this becomes that. I don't really have so much of a problem with it. I just don't think it's as good as the others. And I kind of tend to play it up a little bit just because I know you like it. It's no Deep Space Nine though, is it? I mean, let's all be fair. Let's all be fair, right? It's no Deep Space Nine. It's no Deep Space. What do you think about that?
I like Voyager and DS9 equally.
Equally?
Yeah, because
equally.
I'm not a huge fan of the early DS9 seasons. I like when it really kicks off and you get into the changelings are around and the Dominion War, and they really kick into the like religious overtones. But before that, you're getting me into a Star Trek discussion again. This is not a Star Trek podcast. Why
not? Maybe it should be. We talk about it more than anything else.
Let's do that as well.
Okay. Duncan would love that.
We'll get Duncan involved, yeah.
We'll get Duncan involved. Okay, no, but sometimes we go with what's given us. What I want to know in the comments is where Amber Ashton has said, "No, don't wish that on him. They're expensive." I really don't know what she's talking about.
That was the phones. When you wished I would break my phone so you could dunk on me.
Oh, Amber. Do you know who Amber is?
I do.
Oh, bless you, Amber. That's so sweet of you to say that. But fuck him because he needs to buy a screen protector.
I love
fuck you too if you haven't got one.
We're feeling pretty ranty. Should we continue in that vein and get each other started, or not get each other started, as the case may be? Can you explain Don't Get Me Started for our new viewers?
So listen, this is a segment called Don't Get Me Started. We pick subjects for the other person to talk about. But I name a subject, and then when it's my turn, I have to say, don't get me started on the subject we've been given. And then we have to explain why it is that this subject is total shit. Even if it's something we like. Especially if it's something we like. But I don't know all the things
we like. Yeah.
It usually is something we like. But sometimes I just pick random things. I have got one that I know you like, because you mentioned it the other day. So
Okay.
Um,
I'm
and so-
less kind of harsh this week. I'm just interested to see
okay.
where you go with one of them, and one of them you're gonna have fun with, I think. So
Listen, in the past, what's happened is inadvertently we've started to pick things that the other
to
person
totally
definitely
fuck
likes,
the other one over. Yeah.
and it wasn't meant to do it, but it is quite fun. So be it. I've got one that is just random and one that is well. Anyway, do you want to go first or shall I go first?
I'm gonna get you started first, if that's all right.
Do it. Yeah, go. I've got my wine. I'm ready to go.
So on this fine Friday evening, please enlighten me. How do you feel about eBay?
Oh my god! Don't get me started on eBay. eBay's a pile of shite. I hate eBay so much. By the way, the last two things I bought something on eBay. I don't even want to say what I bought on eBay because she might be watching. I bought a product on eBay just the other day,
Was it a
and
dildo?
for some reason, hey, by the way, I
Can you
wouldn't buy a
get
dildo
dildos on eBay?
You can get anything on eBay. You can absolutely anything on eBay. Do you know what the worst thing about eBay was in the beginning? Is that no one knew who you were. And I still think to a degree you can get away with just being Alex1235769 and then basically having carte blanche to scam whoever the fuck you want. But the problem with eBay at the moment is that I don't know what it is about it. It just seems like they're totally acceptable to have shipping times of about 2 months. And today, right, COVID be damned, they said, if you pay an extra £5, we'll definitely send it out today, lol. Have they sent it out? Fuck me, have they sent it out? Nothing at all. So I haven't got my present at all. What a waste of time eBay is. Everyone's just chasing these eBay numbers. At that point, if you sell enough or buy enough, right? Here's the thing. I tried to buy a keyboard. In fact, it was this keyboard. So fuck me, right? Because it's beautiful. And the only person I could get it off was Dodgy McGrew. That wasn't his real name. And basically, his name was whatever it was, and he had 6 feedback. And I'm like, oh no, 6? He's selling the thing that I want. And I bought it off him, and then I heard nothing. That's the problem with eBay. It doesn't seem to fucking track anywhere. So I had to just sit around waiting for it to turn up and hoping beyond hope that it would. Fuck me, it did turn up. Thank God for that. But you're taking your life into your hand with fucking eBay. Fuck eBay. Fuck it. I don't. Just use Amazon. Oh God, I can't believe I said that. Yeah, don't get me started on eBay. Hard as shit. Useless. Do you want me to give you a random? I'm just going to give you something random or something that might really, I don't know.
You do what you want. I don't control you. You do what you like.
Tell me what you think about Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. Well, don't get me started on Doctor Who because it's for a start, it's gone on far too long. I think it was an experiment that started in like the 60s or 70s, and they're like, "Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, this is good." It's like, what is his name was? Is it? Oh, I can't remember the guy's name. Patrick? No, that was the second one. Can't remember the first Doctor. Fuck him. But he was going along quite fine, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh shit, this guy's not really interested anymore, or he's already got too old when he was already very, very old." Like we need to mix this up a bit. But tell you what, let's do something we've never fucking done before and just replace the main character. No one will hate that, right? Can you imagine doing that in this day and age? You just make someone fall in love with a TV character, and then you take them onto the internet, and all of a sudden, yeah, we're changing the main character. Can you imagine the uproar on Twitter? There would be hashtags and petitions and all kinds of shit.
That's it, man.
Like, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Batwoman because she's fucking gone. But anyway, yeah, so don't get me started on Doctor Who because that's just the beginning of Doctor Who. This has gone on for ages and ages and ages. And at this point, Doctor Who is basically just treading the same ground over and over again. It's like, right, we finally killed the Cybermen. Whatever, motherfucker, I don't believe you because they're going to be back next year.
Anytime you need
with
them.
A slightly different shade of grey. With a slightly different antenna to make it look a little bit more like 20th century, 21st century. Yeah, fuck it. I haven't got past Matt Smith, to be honest. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you see the new Doctor Who?" Like, Doctor Who's a woman now. I'm like, is she? Great. I'm still on Matt Smith, and I don't really understand what's going on there. So
it's impossible to keep going. I mean, It's so hard to keep up with Doctor Who. Fuck Doctor Who. I used to love Doctor Who, but
Mrs. Grumble says Doctor Who is the British sci-fi scene trying to stay relevant, and that's another thing. Fucking Americans love Doctor Who more than we do. Like, it's simulcast there on BBC America, and they're just counting down and watching it. All of a sudden,
what did
they
Mrs. Grumble
give a
say?
shit more than me. Doctor Who is the British sci-fi scene trying to stay relevant.
Oh boy, is it ever! Yeah. I mean, name another sci-fi that we produce. I can't think of one, and it, by the way, I really love Jodie Whittaker. I think she's amazing. But what is going on with that latest season? I mean, not the latest season, I didn't watch that, but the first season of that, there always seems to be some sort of preachy fucking episode where they're like, let's teach you a lesson in racism.
I tell you what,
I mean,
and I know that you will completely disagree with this because I know you don't like this guy, but if there's one incentive for me to catch up and get to the newer seasons of Doctor Who, it's Bradley Walsh as an assistant, because I fucking love Bradley Walsh. He's amazing.
I don't have a problem with Bradley Walsh. No, I'm fine with Bradley Walsh. No, okay. Maybe that was someone else. No, I'm fine with it. He's actually quite a lot of fun in that show. No, he's
Duff
good.
Valley has saved the day, and the British sci-fi institution that is keeping us afloat is Red Dwarf.
Ah, yeah, maybe in the year 1996, but I don't know that it is now. I mean, reruns are all fine.
Seasons. I want to say that season 6 was airing in 1996.
Whatever was season 3. I mean, the Illusions. What was the one?
94.
Backwards. Like Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Whatever that was. Insanity Squid. Everything after that's bullshit. I'm sorry, I just say, I mean, there's one good episode. The Arnold Rimmer roller coaster episode was season the only 7. Good one in the yeah, that's the only good one in that. Everything else can fuck off.
No. Pete in season 8. Fucking love Pete.
Pete, I haven't seen it. No, I never watched anything past the Arnold Rimmer episode. I don't know.
More reliable than a garden strimmer.
It's a good
Without
episode.
Him, life would be much dimmer.
It's such
Arnold Rimmer.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. But Chris Barry's a legend, so what the fuck?
That was far too positive. I need to get you started again.
Okay, go on then. I got one for you, but yeah, you tell me, yeah.
I would like to know your
Can I have a drink of one first?
Yeah, do it. You're gonna need it. I'd like to know your deep-rooted, deep-seated feelings on podcasts.
Oh my god. Don't get me started on podcasts. Number one thing about podcasts is there are billions of them. There are so many podcasts. When podcasts first came out, everyone's like, oh my God, there's some really good ones out there. But now it's like everybody in the world thinks they can do something. Everybody in the world thinks they've got something to say. And everybody in the world thinks they're funny. P.S. You're not. Just saying, okay? So for a start, there's this strange kind of like mutation and kind of explosion of podcasts. In fact, that's mainly it for me. I mean, also, people can't be bothered to work on their fucking audio. And when we're trying really hard, I get it, right? You go through iterations of trying to get it better. But after you've had 200 shows, your audio should be fucking sharp. Do you know when I think it was the NFL.com, Sky Sports it was, the Sky Sports for the NFL did a podcast for the NFL. And it was like, wow, 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 wow. I'm like, who fucking checked this audio? Who's the producer on something? This is the fucking NFL. What the fuck is wrong with you? Even people like that getting it wrong. Plus, there's only basically, I don't know, there's very few that are really any good. There's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, can you imagine how many Star Trek podcasts there are out there? I mean, this one as well. I mean, our own podcast. Oh my God. That's the thing about these sort of things. Also, there are so many podcasts and they all talk bollocks for too long. Thank you very much for joining into our one, by the way. Yeah, don't get me started on podcasts apart from our own. Ours is amazing. But there you go.
Mrs. Grumble says, to find some quality podcasts, you need to wade through all the dicks first, which is obviously how they're spending their Friday afternoon, I want to say, because it very much seems like they're in the States. So,
hey, listen, Mrs. Grumble, who I love, and I'm very pleased you're here. Did she say define or did she say to find some?
To find.
To wade through? Yeah, you're right about that. You know what? There's one that I think, who is it? Mark. Oh, I can't remember who the guy who does What the Fuck podcast or what a WTF podcast. He's so well known. But it's just kind of, I think, a bit hit or miss for me. I'll tell you that one of my favorite podcasts, 2 favorite podcasts. If you could listen to a podcast, make it this one. But if you could listen to 2 more, I mean, I still love
this one
Serial.
twice.
Listen to this one twice. Yes, that's the joke. I love it. Listen to this one twice. But if you can listen to 3 and 4 podcasts, I can't do the joke again. I can't do it again. Listen to Serial. I know Serial's been out for a long time, but Serial is still fucking amazing. If you've never listened to Serial, listen to Serial. And I'll tell you the one I love that I haven't listened to for ages is My Dad Wrote a Porno. I think it might not be doing so well now because once you've got to it, you've got it. But basically, some guy's dad writes a porno and they read it out. And this guy that wrote the porno has no idea about female biology. Like the terms he uses aren't things that a woman's body has, right? So you've got he forgets characters partway through. The continuity is shot. It doesn't make any sense. The comparison of fruits to parts of the body, it's fucking all over the place. My dad wrote a porno, and Serial are my favorite too. Do you have any good podcasts? I'm not saying to divert people, but let's be serious. I mean,
yeah. Well, when you said about how there are so many like Star Trek podcasts, like the one that I really like is the Starfleet Escape podcast because that's an inspired name and that's a cool one. I really like that. Other than that, my podcasts are pretty much audio versions of TV shows that I don't need to see the video of, like NFL related stuff or wrestling related stuff.
When I got obsessed with Westworld, I just listened to loads of Westworld podcasts. If you have a podcast that you would recommend to us, I mean, stick it in the comments. I mean, I'll probably listen to it.
Plug your shit, man. We don't give a shit.
Plug it. Do you want me to get you started on something?
Do it.
Okay, this is something I think you like. So this is going to be more fun. For me, anyway. Tell me, enlighten us, as you'll want to say, on what you think of the TV program House.
Okay, don't get me started on House because, first of all, it has nothing to do with houses. I tuned in expecting something like Homes Under the Hammer or like some kind of property-based show, but that you just got Hugh Laurie pretending to be an American, being a dickhead, like hitting people with his cane and like saving people's lives and shit. I'm like, well, for a start, there's a wall over there that really could do with being knocked through, and they turn this part of the hospital into a larger kind of room where Hugh Laurie sits and watches TV and bounces his tennis ball off the wall instead of doing his work. But
really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never watched this show.
And the thing about it is it's basically CSI, but with medical shit. But it always comes round to every time they're like, do you think it's lupus? I'm like, fuck me, mate. I've only watched 2 episodes of this and it's never lupus. Like, give up on the lupus thing. And if we could just focus, if we could just focus a little bit more on the house element of it rather than the medical element of it, I would be a lot happier with House.
Would you be happier if House left? If like the start of every episode of House was him leaving the hospital and just going and living his life and just going to the bar or something like that? Would that amuse you?
I think it would be better if he kind of turned it into a bit like an episode of Through the Keyhole where he just went and looked at other people's houses. It's the same character who doesn't take any shit and is sarcastic, but he just goes around to people's houses as they try and tell him the good things about their house, and he just rips the shit out of them for their shitty houses.
Maybe you could look inside people. Maybe you could look inside people's bodies, and it could be like Through the Keyhole surgery. See, just combine the two. It's very
copyright. Co-video killed the radio star. Don't steal this idea.
Yeah, I think it's hard when you like these things. I was never a big fan. Mind you, I've been watching shitloads of Grey's Anatomy, so fuck me. But I guess we weren't as ranty as we might have been. Maybe we picked subjects that we didn't want to be as ranty about. Who knows? Hey, wait, have I got one left to go?
No. I've given you your 2.
I've ranted twice. God, too much. Okay. I think people should suggest different subjects for us to rant about. Mind you, if you put something in the comments, if you say Voyager, that's what happens. We fucking rant about. We don't. But...
Voyager was the immediate suggestion as you were explaining how this works.
Fuck Voyager, man. I mean, honestly, what a fuck. I can't do it to you, man. I just like. I know you like it.
Hey, do it.
Voyager had to go ahead.
As long as I get a rebuttal, you go right ahead.
No, I don't want to do it. But like, I mean, I do want to fucking rant. Like, I just feel like off the heels of Deep Space Nine, which it's almost like they had all the best writers, all the best ideas, all the best actors, and then they went, let's make Voyager, and then they employed substandard actors, substandard script writers, send them off into the middle of nowhere, and then just kind of like left them there. And I just can never get on board. I couldn't get in. There's nobody in Voyager I like. I don't like Paris. I don't like Neelix. I don't like Neelix's girlfriend. I don't like Janeway, Chakotay, B'Elanna Torres. I don't like. I mean, I can't even believe I remember their fucking names. I like the Doctor, the holographic Doctor.
I feel like you kind of missed the point then with Voyager, because you've had TNG run its course, and that was the continuation of the mission, exploring strange new worlds, all that kind of stuff. But they covered a lot of ground between the original series and TNG, and even DS9 to a certain extent. They got to that kind of corner of the Alpha Quadrant. So the Alpha Quadrant was done. We were all good with that. The Gamma Quadrant, they discovered in DS9, was full of pricks, and they didn't want anything to fucking do with that. And so, although the kind of premise of Voyager was dump them off in the middle of nowhere and leave them to it,
and make them come back. Yeah,
it just became an explorer show. Like, we're not going to send you on an exploring mission because that would be bullshit at this point. We know what everything is in reach of us. So yeah, fuck it. You're left in the middle of nowhere and you have to explore your way back. Take that, motherfuckers.
But it sounds so exciting, but why was it not? I got to season 2 and I just couldn't do any more. But I tell you, maybe the problem was, I mean, I'm not against, through gritted teeth, I say I'm not against maybe watching it and seeing whether I should give it another go, because I mean, I still love Star Trek. But,
maybe that's a podcast, a live kind of watch an episode of Voyager and just comment along.
Would people like that? Because I definitely do that. But
people would love that, I think. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'd love to watch that. I mean, I think I just got into Babylon 5 and never looked back.
Well, there's a comment about the use of CGI in Voyager, and it was, especially for the mid-90s, it was absolutely like spot on.
Oh, really?
I've recently, only a couple of weeks ago, finished doing a complete rewatch of Voyager, and even now in 2020, when the world is falling apart around us, I felt that the CGI was pretty seamless, and it didn't kind of jar me as if to say that's not real, like when I'm watching it. Whereas with Babylon 5, I'm like, oh fuck, who turned on the PS1?
You know what? I mean, I don't care about that sort of shit so much.
You need to not get me started on Babylon 5, because I have watched a couple of those with you, and yeah, I'm not so enamored so far. I do want to watch more, because I want you to watch more. I can't completely rip the shit out of something that I haven't seen, so I want to watch it so that I can take the piss out of it. That sounds fair?
Listen. Yeah. No, I mean, I want you to watch it. I'd come around to your house in the garden and watch it with you indefinitely, get Duncan on the buzz. But like, I think is, I want there to be a time when we've watched a bit of Babylon 5 and it's gone a bit far. I want to hear the words from you. Oh my God, Babylon 5 is genius. That's the words I want to hear from you. That's the words I want to hear from you. I might not ever hear those words. But that's my that's my aim.
If it's genius, I'll say it's genius.
I know you will. I maybe
shoot pretty straight.
I know. Hey, listen, mate. I know you do. I don't know if you would say it today with the knowledge and understanding of story and development that we have now. I don't know. Maybe you would. I think it's brilliant. Don't watch season 5. But I don't think I've even watched season 5 anyway. So yes. Well, who knows? Maybe there's us watching Voyager in our future. Now we've done Don't Get Me Started, and we're kind of, we've run over time a little bit, haven't we?
We
Is
have.
there anything you want to talk? Do you want to call it a halt, or do you want to just like?
I think we're probably good at this point for our special Friday, possibly our
edition,
new regular day edition
like
of
Fridays.
the podcast. Yeah, Friday works. We'll see how we go. Get you to Belgium,
Thank you if
see
you've
what life's
commented.
like for you.
Get me to Belgium. Thanks very much for chiming in, all the wonderful comments, especially if it's something to do with sci-fi. What if you want something said? All you have to do is comment. We'll discuss it. Literally,
It
don't mind at all.
literally comes up on the screen without any kind of filter in between. So whatever you say comes up, and if we like it, we discuss it.
Yeah.
If not, we ignore it. But everyone else saw it because it's live on the stream.
Yeah, it's happening. This is a
Get
new
in
way.
there.
This is the future. Can they watch this again though? Is that a thing? Can we possibly watch it? Can they ever see it back? Or is this gone
no,
forever?
absolutely. They can. So on certain platforms, depending on where you watched, as soon as we are off air, there will be a replay there for you. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, it will hang around. I think it stays on Twitch and Mixer for a couple of weeks and then gets deleted because it's a more gaming type platform. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
we are also. This is actually a podcast. That was the point of this. So the audio goes live pretty much straight away now that we've got this new system set up. I can yoink the audio, put it up, and the podcast will be up, ready for your morning commute in the morning if you are a person that works. In which case, sucker. But yeah, watch it wherever you can. Subscribe wherever you're watching, so that you know when we're coming. I think we've got a new fan in Mrs. Grumbles the Third.
Mrs. Grumbles the Third.
Who needs more British accents in their life.
That's what I've just read. I've just expanded our thing on Facebook because I can see it now. I need more British accents in my life. Well, listen, there's much more British accent than my British accent. I can tell you that. So if you want more British accents, this one's coming your way on a regular fucking basis. P.S. I hope you like the swearing. Have you got anything else to say, or should we just say goodbye and say we'll see you next week?
We should say goodbye, and for the future, I'll have some kind of slick ending thing. But for right now, it's literally just going to cut off dead. So would you like to say anything else before I cut you off?
Just say thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.